How many of you out there are not stepping into your full potential, shying away from the spotlight, shying away from the camera, shying away from social media, all because you feel that's not for me? My name is Reim El Houni.
I've spent over 25 years in television and media.
An award-winning executive producer.
The New York Festival Awards and the Cannes Corporate Media and TV Award.
As an executive producer, I have shaped the way people have seen people, brands, leaders, and ideas. I'm someone who traditionally has always stayed behind the camera.
I'm the CEO and founder of TI22 Films and Dubai On Demand and a community called Mission Visible. I happen to work on Mission Impossible. Any guesses the #1 question I get asked when people find out I worked on the movie? I get asked every single question under the sun about Tom Cruise.
I do not get asked a single question about what I did on the movie.
No one cares what happens behind the camera. They only care what happens in front of it.
For years, I have been behind the camera, supporting, helping, advising others to step out in front of it. Question remains, why wasn't I doing it myself?
I was always very uncomfortable with that idea. In fact, whenever I saw anyone in front of it, I thought, that's pretty vain. Visibility is vanity.
And because of that, I understand what it feels like to be sitting in your seat. I often used to sit there and think, who's gonna wanna watch me? I understand what it feels like the minute you see a camera to go,
what will people think?
I don't have time to create content.
You don't see the point in posting on social media.
Or maybe it's cultural.
Maybe someone else should do this. Maybe someone else would be a better choice than me.
Honestly, I don't know where to begin. How many of you grew up in families where you were told that if you stood into the spotlight, it was inappropriate?
If that's you, that's the intent of why I'm being as vulnerable as I am and showcasing my journey. You're not alone in this boat.
There is a credibility gap.
We're hearing more voices,
yet most of the experienced voices still remain absent from the conversation.
If I don't know you exist, then how on earth are you going to attract the opportunity?
66% of people are more likely to do business with you if they've watched a video of you. 50% of a company's market share is determined by the CEO's reputation. That doesn't sound like vanity to me.
Being visible equals business development.
Really understanding that the only brand that stays with you your entire life is your own.
We're in a world right now, and you're going to hear me say this a lot, if you're not visible, you're invisible.
The creator economy is not just for the youth.
It needs experienced voices. Yet so many people aren't doing it. Just the thought feels so overwhelming that you're like, I don't know where to start.
I've realized there is a code. It's a visibility code.
So when you choose to remain invisible, you're not just withholding opportunities from yourself. You're withholding your knowledge and your experience from others.
And that's why I now want to help you crack the code.
And I know the impact it can have on each one of you in your work, because this is how you stand out.
If you want to get that insight into what actually happens when you're preparing for a TEDx talk, what actually happens when you get called on TV, and how do you prepare, and what is the anxiety like, what are the questions you need to ask?
Reim has also supported and trained hundreds of CEOs and C-suite teams in building their visibility.
People don't usually like to tell you that they cried the night before they went on a TV show. Or what I did was just ate the wrong meal the night before I went on a TEDx talk.
I've got an upset tummy, so that's never a great way to start.
People don't tell you that stuff, but that's the stuff you need to know so that you know how to prepare and make the most out of all the visibility opportunities around you. And that's what the visibility code is all about. I've managed to crack it in some areas, and others I'm still learning. So join me on this journey, but I know it's impactful, because the minute you learn a tip, a technique, a tool that will help you, you're going to start to see a very different version of yourself.
That's when you're going to have access to these new opportunities.
Get out of your comfort zone and take that first step.
Because if you're not doing it, someone else is.
And the time to start is now.